What happened? I almost did not go. It was a non-profit tech event, not exactly the place you expect to walk away with a completely different perspective on your life, but I went. And somewhere between a conversation about dying organizations and a guy who eats for free at events and makes $20,000 a month from his laptop, something shifted. This is what actually happened and why this channel exists. The first speaker represented Haven for Hope. If you're not familiar or from San Antonio, Haven for Hope is one of the largest homeless service campuses in the entire country. We're talking about 37-acre campus right in the middle of the city. In a fiscal year 2023 alone, they serve nearly 10,000 people. On any given day, they have 1,700 clients on campus. And here's the number that's on me. For every dollar spent to build and operate Haven for Hope, the community gets back $43 in benefits. 43 to 1. So when someone from that organization says something about human behavior, I listen. And what they said was this: safety and security are better motivators than fear and discomfort. That sounds simple, but I think what it actually means. Most systems, most apps, most institutions, most organizations are designed to push people away from pain. Do this or something bad happens. Change or face the consequences. The assumption is that fear moves people. Haven for Hope's entire model is built on the opposite idea. They use trauma-informed approach. Instead of asking what is wrong with you, they ask what happened to you. Instead of punishing and pressure, they build towards safety, stability, and self-sufficiency. And their numbers back it up. 92% of the clients retain housing after 1 year. That is not a small number for a population dealing with chronic homelessness. The design principle here is real. Pull people towards something safe. Do not push them away from something painful. That applies to nonprofit outreach. It applies to product design. It applies to how you build anything people have to trust. I wrote that down immediately. Then came GiveKit Speaker. GiveKit is a fundraising platform built for specifically for the nonprofits. And this person said a few things that I keep coming back to. The first one was about institutional knowledge. She described a problem that exists in almost every small nonprofit. There is one person who knows everything: how the system works, where the data lives, who to call, and what the history is. And when that person retires or leaves, the organization basically loses a piece of itself. His point was that the tools that matter the most are the ones that move the knowledge out from one person's head into something the organization can actually hold on to. A legacy, something that survives the person. That is not just a nonprofit problem. That is every small team, every startup, every solo operator trying to scale. The knowledge is in your head right now. What happens when you are gone, or sick, or just overwhelmed? If the answer is falls apart, that is a system problem, not a people problem. The second thing he said was a framework I'm going to use forever. Before you adopt any tool at all, ask yourself one question. Does the value actually exceed the friction of using it? $30 tool that saves you $100. Yes, do it. $200 tool solving a $5 problem? Absolutely not. It sounds obvious, but most people do not apply it. The cha- they chase the shiny tool because it looks impressive, because everyone else is using it, because the demo is good, not because they actually solve something real at a cost that makes sense. He also said something honest that a lot of people in tech do not want to admit. Organizations are not ready for AI to take over financial decisions. The trust simply is not there yet. But here is what was interesting. He also said almost every organization is using AI somewhere. The gap is not the adoption anymore. The gap is trust in high stakes decisions. People will let the AI write email. They would not let the AI move the money. And then he told a story that illustrates exactly where the trust line currently sits. One organization used AI to manage a back and forth fundraising email campaign. They raised $10,000 from doing it. Not from a viral post, not from a huge platform, from an email sequence. That is the real gap between AI is interesting and AI is actually working. Okay, so all of this was valuable, and I then met Mike. Mike is a digital nomad. He teaches people how to use AI, creates programs, content online, and he told me he makes around $20,000 per month doing it. His His overhead is basically nothing. He stays at places by asking. He eats at events like the one we were at both. His laptop is his entire operation. He then pulls his phone and shows me his channels, people building in public, people sharing their work, not polished, not perfect, just real and consistent, posting week after week, building an audience that trusts them because they showed up. He said, give it 6 months of consistent posting and you will see the progress. Not 6 months of perfection, 6 months of just showing up. And then he looked at what I was working, the tools, the research, the projects, and said something I was not expecting. He said, ship it, share it, build it in public. It does not matter how advanced it is. It does not matter if it's finished. Just put it out there. I sat with him. I sat with that one to drive. I sat with that one I sat with that on the drive home because here's the truth I had to admit myself. I've been building quietly, consistently, real work, tools, research, experiments, but almost none of that has been visible. And by not putting it out there, I have been actively limiting what any of it can become. Not sharing is the humility. It's not humility. It is the fear with a better excuse. So that is why this channel exists. Synthiq Labs is a researcher and builder arm of everything I am working on. The goal is simple: build tools, break down research, documents, and the process of building something real from scratch. Not tutorials, not hype, just honest work shared in public. The long game is this: the content funds the tools fund the research, and the research eventually funds something bigger. A self-sustained independent research institute. That is my North Star. That is what all of this is building towards. We're starting from zero, first video, rough around the edges, that is fine. Michael's right, 6 months of showing up beats 6 months of waiting until it's perfect, so here we are.